I'm a lead user experience at BeMobile. BeMobile is an agency specialized in email marketing, particularly in design and integration of emails. 5 years ago, we founded Dartagnan. Dartagnan is an email builder allowing brands to design their responsive email. With no HTML skills, we work for 270 brands, more than 2,000 users across 25 countries. We have two main activities. First, I manage UX design reflections for CRM and design projects for our customers, like customer journeys for Chanel. I'm in charge of building the user-centric methodology and the production process. Our goal: deliver innovative experience in email journeys. Then I work with the product team of Dartagnan. I oversee improvement and creation of new features. We implemented a user-oriented process. In other words, we apply the design thinking methodologies to build features that meet the needs of our users. Listing, interviews, demonstrations, user tests, feedbacks, prototype. Story started at an exhibition dedicated to luxury brands. Elisabeth de Forsens from Chanel and Christine Richard, CEO of BeMobile, Dartagnan met. Back in 2015, it was rare to see design thinking methodology applied to emailing. Our approach was new in the world of CRM, but was mainly data-oriented back then. From this point, we met again to launch a campaign for Christmas. Since then, Chanel regularly entrusts us for redesign of key strategic email journeys for different divisions, beauty, jewelry, and fashion. Through our many collaborations, it was key for us to understand and appropriate ourselves the codes of luxury. We can now respond to any customer expectation, respecting the Chanel production process and keeping our perspective and our creativity. We used to approach these methodologies putting things in perspective with humility, while always challenging ourselves. Today, design thinking is widely practiced, with varying degrees of success, and lots of theories and practices come from it. For us, there is a key aspect remains people. We design use case for people. It guides our thinking and our decision making. Even if data is the focus of all concerns, remember design thinking is not an exact science. It's a mix of cognitive and social sciences, and it's what's fascinating with it. Nothing is written in advance. Many works have been published on the topic, but don't forget to consider two main points: planning and budget. You must adapt your methodology to these two. For example, with a little bit of experience and creativity, you will always find the way to collect data without conducting a market research. Sometimes it already exists. Sometimes a colleague can quickly bring you the information you need. Flexibility and creativity are required. If I had to take three main points out of design thinking approach, it would be: first, our approach that is mainly pragmatic. It's not our intention to conduct user studies for weeks or for even months. It's way simpler to take 1 hour to go to a shop and secretly analyze customer purchasing decision. Most of the time, 2 or 3 workshops, well positioned in time, with the right participants, allow you to produce a brief and come up with concrete solutions or sketches. Participants take part in the creation process. It's the best way to take ownership of a project, to lead it, and to come up with strong solutions. Secondly, we start working on the first reflection without setting any restrictions. It's impossible to imagine new solutions with organizational and technical restrictions in mind. And finally, the transmission. We build our workshops in the simplest and most guided and most documented possible way. The idea is to allow participants to use user research techniques, brainstorming, sketching, and experiments in their everyday company life. First of all, we prepare our workshops with the project management team. For example, we define the key people that will participate in different workshops and validation phases. We create pluridisciplinary teams. We also give a lot of importance to the immersion phase. We study the subject gather informations, customer feedback, competition benchmark. All those informations nourishes creativity. The workshops federate the teams who lack time to meet daily. The objective is to break organizational constraints to gain in efficiency. The invested time will be made profitable during the design and validation phase. Mind the constraints. They slow your creativity down. Adopt a convergence and divergence method. Divergence is when you brainstorm, for example. Convergence is when you close the subject and integrate constraints. Don't mix those two. Your brain and my brain is not ready for it. You need to separate divergence and convergence in time during the workshops. Once the constraints are set aside, jump in. Even if all the ideas can be used, you need to see far to create and innovate. Bad ideas don't exist. The main benefit is to imagine new solutions, to innovate and stand out by exercising empathy. The objective is to propose to our final customers richer experiences closer to their usage and brand values.